I'm the father that kicked you out of the house.
Your dad kicked you out of the house?
Yeah. My dad woke up and said, go get your master's. You want to, because acting was seen as a loafer's enterprise, like a venture. Look at you. You're about to get your second master's, go in there. I finished school when I was about 19, my first degree. Almost 20, yeah. So by the time you're 25, you have your PhD. By 30, my brother, I'm heading a corporation. So that was a plan. And then you wake up one day and say you want to go and act. Where is it coming from? You're a very shy guy. You don't even come downstairs to interact with anybody. You don't have friends. You don't even know how to talk to strangers. How will you act? You understand his notion of it? He never saw it. And then you come from a family that are predominantly traders, businessmen, erudites. We have nobody in entertainment in our family. How are you telling me that? Who is messing with your head? I had fever a week before them. I thought I was busy touching my head the day we had that conversation. Like, are you sure this fever is not back? You know? So when he found out,
the day you were having a conversation of becoming an actor.
Last week before then, I had malaria. So the day I was talking with him, this man was busy touching my forehead. Like, are you sure this fever has not entered a different stage? You know. So when he found out that it was serious, Cesar, I'm choking. When he found out it was serious, was when I persisted. And then from there, you know, I mean, this man is my best. You know how it is when we're the only two men amongst 11 women, so we're always sticking together. I'm always telling him secret. I even knew my daddy's side chick that time.
You did?
Hell yeah, man. We're that cool. Come, man. We're super, bro.
You never told your mom?
No. Fine, man. It's a guy code. What's wrong with you? Can't tell me. I don't pick up my home. Pick up my own home. Who's going to feed me after that? Who will pay my school fees? I knew. I just looked at him. He looked at me. He knew that, you know, I'm bringing you into this thing now. If you mess up, you suffer for it. You know? I looked at the chick. I'm like, nah, this one is not up to my mom. This is no competition. He would get tired. And after a while, I heard choral. I said, hallelujah. No, you know, there was nothing. I just knew. He was trying to tell me to run your home. There will be a little distraction, but never. What makes a man is never allow that distraction to touch your home.
Your home.
Okay?
Yeah.
I've even been on an occasion I saw that chick. But you know, the queen is the queen. The side chicks are the side chicks. I mean, you can't try, you understand, you know? So, and be that as it may, right? We went through all of that stuff. But he said, listen, if I didn't have any hand. So, when at the height of our fights and everything, he said, masters or get out of my house. I left. I thought it's something I would leave after one. Man, this man's only son. After 1 week or 2 weeks, he would look for me, beg me, I'll come back. Charlie, they didn't look for me for 6 months. That's
so where did you go?
I went to live with friends, different friends that used to come for holidays in my house. I didn't know where my next meal would come from. That's when I understood this thing. Because friends would keep me 2-3 days and kick me out. So then I understood that people that came to my house that eat with me on holidays when my dad is going, he will split money into 3, give his son a better part, then give them 3/4 of the money. These guys will cook food. I know they are cooking rice and stew, but only beans and bread will come back to me in the boys' quarter. I'm like, what happened to the food I saw them cooking in the kitchen?
Love FM.
And I didn't understand it. I didn't understand how you can sneak me in to stay in your room because in my house you're free, and then you're keeping me and hiding me in the boys' quarters. So that was the education I needed in this life. I didn't understand that girl that said, I love you, I love you, I love you. The one that went and said, I'm homeless, can I chill? And she said, I'm sorry, you know, my dad. She said, give me excuses. I'm like, which version of I love you were you singing before? You know, the person that says my best friend, we share clothes and do stuff together. All of a sudden, I come, you know, homeless. And you're telling me, let me talk to my cousin and see if he can chill there for a while. What happened to the mansion, your house, that has over 7 bedrooms? You can't lie to your parents and keep me there. I'm on some holidays or even a walk training or something. Bro, that's when I started understanding that this life designed it so that I'll learn from some ignorance that I was saying. I couldn't have entered life with what I knew from that house. This life would have eaten me up. So when I went through that, and at some point I didn't know how to go back home. Have you been so far down the road, you don't know how to go back and get there? I told you so. I told you we'll never make it. So I decided, for good or bad, whether I live or die, I will survive this thing. So after a while, after 8 months, he reached out and said, let's talk again. My uncles, he didn't want to reach out, so he used my uncles and said, let's come back home, let's talk about it. I wasn't. The day my uncle saw me in Sulere, that's a part of Lagos, he was crying. Because they've never seen me like I was wearing jeans, I had these old sneakers, I had a t-shirt, I had lost so much weight. I used to be a really skinny dude. And my uncle just broke down, was crying. I was like, what is this? What am I doing? That if anything happens to me, that do I even understand the family I come from? That what would they answer? That they let their only son go out there in the streets and is going through this? That what is pushing me? That they've never known this thing in me? That what is pushing? What is out there for me? And bro, by this time, bro, I was still doing auditions and nothing was happening. And I was sleeping on somebody's floor at that time. So I just don't know what was pushing. I'm telling you, as honest as God, I don't know where I got the guts to keep going. Because all I had to do was go back home and get my 3 square meals, get my warm bed, and life will continue. But I just knew that I can't go back to that life. It's either this will make me or it will mar me. So after 2 years, I was going back. The only person, after 1 year, the women with the intuition who understand. My mom came to Lagos. I remember it was a short meeting because my dad banned everybody to support me. He banned it. So when my mom came, my mom said, I don't understand this thing, but I understand that this is what you want to do. So let's find a way to be getting money first. So that's when I started getting money, so I could get an apartment and go to a small car and started moving. When I was coming home, when it was finally settled, when my movie started hitting everywhere, friends were telling him, see what's going on. He is the biggest name in this country. Take it or leave it. You see? And when something drastic happened that time, I'm so sorry I'm taking you back, but a company was owing him a lot of money. And my mom said, demonstrate something to him. He's the last Thomas. I said, who is the head of that ministry? And they told me. I called it. It happened to be a lady. Women were my greatest. I called her and said, I just mentioned my name. She started screaming. I said, can I come and see you, man? She said, oh, yeah. No. I came there. No protocol.
Love
One of the most powerful women. I went there and sat down and said, you people are owing my dad. He said, who? I mentioned, he said, that's one of our biggest. I said, they brought the file right there. Pa. By the weekend, they called him for his money. Money they were owing him almost 3 years. The former minister before that one was owing. So they paid him, and my mom sat in there and said, guess how you got paid? He made one phone call. Okay? That's how powerful he is right now. He made one phone call, and in 48 hours, they called your file. So there had to be a meeting. So I had to roll. So when I came in, it was different. Okay? It was different. So that was what he explained to me. He said, I had no hand in this thing that happened. So because all I did was raise you. All this time I was raising you, teaching you some things. I didn't know that everything I was impacting you was different. Because we never thought you'd survive it out there. But you've not only survived, you triumphed. So this thing cannot beat you. You're a survivor more than everybody in that circle. So go back in there and show them what you do best. So I said, what I can say is that I don't want this. He said, fine, then stop coming here and be acting like a girl, hanging around my house. Go there and look them in the face and say, I'm not doing this, but this is the reason. So I called a meeting and told them that I don't want to do this. I know that the opportunity, maybe I would have even been deputy governor by now. I told them, I'm not doing it, and this is the reason. And I got up, my AD opened my car, entered the car and left. End of story till tomorrow.
Wow. At a point, you succeeded with a number of things, making you kind of a jack of all trade. And I think you did music.
I did.
That was in 2009, some 12 years ago,
yes.
with Two-Face.
Yes.
Who am I?
I took the singular honor of being the worst rapper in the world that time.
I'm glad.
Yes,
I'm glad.
yes,
I'm
yeah,
glad.
you
admit that you are.
Bro, I am. If there was an award for worst rapper of that year, I would take every award in that place.
The most disappointed rapper of our time.
But
ladies and gentlemen, Jemai.
Thank you, my people. Stop clapping. Stop that now. I know already. But this is it. I'm never afraid to laugh at myself. I never take myself seriously. I'm not afraid to fail. That's what makes me dangerous. That is what makes me the most dangerous person in the room. Every room I enter, I meet people that are afraid to fail. I meet people that take themselves too seriously. They never have a laugh. I meet people that are afraid of what people think about them. I don't suffer those things. I can do business and fail right now and get up the next day. I'm doing the same thing again. I will do it 10 times, lose money 10 times, win 10 times. Until I perfect it, I won't stop. That's the difference. Because there's nothing life will throw at me I've not been through. There's nothing life will do to me that I've not been through. What can it do to me? Go broke? I've been broke for so long, man. It became second name. I've been rich for so long. What kind of money will you show me that will move me? Seriously, bro, I've been there, bro. I'm still there. I've been down and up so many times. It's no big deal anymore. Every time I lose everything, and I've gotten to a point where I lost everything. Nobody knew the difference because it doesn't shake me. I've eaten under the bridge. I've slept under the bridge. I've been kicked out by friends at 2 a.m. What will being broke do to me? Well, how? How will it move me? Making money, you do understand, doesn't change you. It just amplifies who you are. If you're an asshole and you make money, you just got the license to be a bigger asshole. If you're a nice person and you make money, they just gave you the license to be a nicer person. Watch the trends. I'm telling you how it works. So for me, it means absolutely nothing. So I did it. Music was part of it. I was in the studio, Two-Face. These are the masters. Sound Sultan of blessed memory. They were having a good time. And I just looked and said, I can do this. I did it. I feel that we had a good laugh about it. We had a good time doing it. We traveled to 3 different countries. I even came here to perform. Imagine me performing. And then I made money from it. They cut me a fat check. Now, this is my musicians' friends' take. They were like, Jim, they're cutting you the kind of check we are not making. But that's marketing. But later I understood it that I'm the worst rock on earth. Also understood that the business of music business is where I belong. And that's where we're setting up now. But next year you hear about our record label, how I can bring talents in. I understand business. I understand that the talent of it is not mine, it's another person's. I have my forte. So there's no experience in this life that's bad. None.
Beautiful. I follow you on social media. I've been following you on social media, and I've noticed one thing.
I'm not following anyone.
Say again?
I'm not following anyone.
No, not that. Jim Iyke will not let a troll slide.
No. I think trolls are the most despicable people. Everybody's allowed their moment of pettiness.
Dude will give you the biggest clap back ever.
But people don't also understand as a family I come from. We used to do this for fun. It's sport for us. We used to yab each other. There's something in Nigeria called yabbing. That's when you throw shades at each other. We threw shades. I was driving from Atlanta to Miami. I had 3 of my friends, non-Africans. There was a Mexican, there was a white guy, and there was an American, a full black American. I was talking to my dad. Even for an American, they said, are you sure that's your dad you're talking to? Because the things we were saying to each other, some of the meanest things, and we're laughing about it. Because that's how we live. That's how we've always lived. My sisters tell me the unspeakable, the unheard. That is where I find my groundedness. That's where nothing moves me. So this is the family I come from. If you see me and my sister saying stuff, we're yabbing each other, you just sagitties, and then you think you can come and throw shades at me. I've been trained for 20 years for this. I will destroy your self-esteem, bro. I will. This is at a moment notice.
Since you've studied psychology,